Mm, 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 mm. Watch out now, it's your girl Latasha. Listen, this is the LCL show, but we are presenting the walk. The walk is basically we get on here, we have non-judgmental conversations, and you feel free to drop your story or a comment in the comment section. And they'll also, I'll be also able to read it. Let me make sure. Let me go to the comments. Okay, watch out now. Y'all go ahead, tune in, like and share. Tune in, like and share. Tune in, like and share. So today's episode and topic is not doing them how they do you is what keeping your blessings coming. So in other words, you don't do people how they do you. And ideally, that is what's keeping you blessed. That's what's keeping your blessings coming. That's what's keeping you healthy. That's what's keeping your kids healthy. That's what's keeping good relationships. That's what's keeping your job. That's what's keeping your eyesight. These are things that, we take for granted that a lot of people are now either struggling with or battling with. So when you don't do people how they do you, you will understand and you will see a different aspect in your life. And I say that because if you ever notice or been around, let's say they call it like what they call it, like a miserable a person or a person who don't really have anything going on for themselves. But you know what they say, misery loves company. So, for example, let's just say you're around somebody who's negative or you know somebody tried to attack you or whatever the case may be, and instead of responding with that same energy, you know how nowadays the new trend, I don't know why it's trending, but people don't know better, so that's probably why. But the new trend is, okay, I'm gonna match that same energy. I'm gonna give you that same energy. But in reality, we're not doing that. That is not how you get ahead, by matching energies. First of all, be a leader. And if you go follow somebody inspirational, because basically if you're matching energies, you don't brought yourself from here to here. So you don't step off your throne. All right. You don't step off your throne to come down here and address a foolish situation. Not doing them how they did you is what's keeping your blessings coming. You don't have to do people how they do you. You don't. And I've learned that. And let me tell you something. It's hard. It's very, very hard not to just, not to just say something, not to just retaliate. But that's the easy part. You know, even the world do that. What separates you from everybody else? It's okay to get rid of that high school reputation that you so-called have for being Mr. Bad behind, or always a fighter, or always got to check people. It's okay to give up that old reputation. It's okay to change. It really is. And let me tell you something. I had that same reputation. It's so hard to keep up with because when you grow older, you start looking at life different. You start looking at situations different. You try to understand, like, why haven't nothing changed? But if you still trying to keep that same reputation of trying to be, hey, what's up, Neff? Watch out now. But you still trying to keep up that same reputation of trying to be Mr. Hard self, or, oh, they know me, I don't play. You trying to keep that high school reputation. Like, do you wonder, then you don't see the things in your life change. You'll see that you're going in circles. It took the children of Israel 40 years to complete a 40-day journey. All right. It took them 40 years because of their mindset, not because God wasn't going to keep his promise, not because he was out to get them, but because of your mindset. For example, why would you give somebody, everybody say, they want to be rich, or they want $1 million. Let's just use that for example. You got to use parables to kind of break it down. But let's just use that for example. Now, if you're struggling with an addiction or habits and you get those $1 million, right? It can either break you or wake you. All right. Sometimes things that we want so bad, we're not ready for, if that make any sense. Suppose you get the $1 million, then you blow it and you spend it all on your habit, then you overdose, then you die. So that very thing that you wanted so bad that you wasn't mentally able or mentally ready to receive just cost you your whole life. So that's why sometimes the things that we pray for are withheld from us, because we want these things, but sometimes these things do us more harm than good, especially if you're not mentally ready for it. And like I said, I went back to the children of Israel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you share this live, okay? And we talking about not doing them, people, whoever, situations, how they do you, and that's how to keep your blessings coming. All right. But sometimes we're not mentally ready for what God has for us. And that's why it says have faith. Like, I know what you want. He know what you want before you want it. All right. Have faith that you're gonna get it. But sometimes, and this is me learning for myself. This is me talking to myself. This is me learning everything for myself as well. Like my husband always say, I'm not talking at you, I'm talking with you. But I want things, and I see the process of him strengthening me mentally, physically, everything, so that when I get what I prayed for and I've been waiting for and that I want so bad, when I get those things here, I'll be able to keep them. I won't be able to have nobody take them away from me. I won't be around here blowing it or messing it up what he gave me. So sometimes it's good to kind of like put yourself mentally in that state that of receiving, because what you want, you will get. If you believe it, all right, and you have faith and you do right by people, like, you're gonna get it. There's no doubt about it. You're going to get it. Whether it take this long or that long, it all depends on you. Everything that you want, everything that you've been praying for, everything that you've been waiting for, all of it depends on you. Is it going to take 40 days or is it going to take 40 years? It's all up here. It all depends on you. But what we're not doing, watch out now, is we are not matching energies. We are not giving that same negativity that tried to destroy us back to somebody else. That's what we're not going to do. We're not going to do that. And I'm going to tell you why we're not going to do it. Because it does not profit you nothing. How many times, and I know everybody have, so let's be honest, how many times have you matched energies? What did that do? Did that make the situation better or did they make it worse? You got to be honest. No, it makes it worse. Now you beefing, now you got somebody mad, now you got to put on a certain attitude or put on a certain energy when you get in the presence of somebody. You know exactly, Shawante. Watch out now. Now you have to put on this persona when you get around a person. That's too much. That's too much. That takes too much energy. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how you overcome all that. LOVE, love. That way, when you walk in the room, you hold your head up high, you speak, and you smile, and you walk in there with confidence. And you don't have to worry about feeling a certain type of way, having to walk around with a unit on your face. Now, don't nobody want to talk to you, because let me tell you one thing about energy. It travels. The energy that you have for that certain individual, everybody else is picking it up. Everybody else is receiving it. And it's not fair. And sometimes you block the blessings that are ahead of you. Maybe this person want to approach you and tell you about a business idea. Maybe this person want to approach you and tell you about how happy they are for you. But because you choose to show up in that person who you don't call yourself retaliating against, don't throw off your whole energy from receiving everything that was set in that room for you to receive. Ooh, watch out now. I love it, sis. It don't mess up everything. And let me tell you how energy travels. People don't think it's real, but let me tell you something. It's time to wake up now because it's real. You see this light that I have on in my background? The light that you probably have on in your background. You don't see what's causing the lights to turn on. But no, there's the energy traveling right around us that's keeping the lights on, but we can't see it. So imagine how powerful we are if we're made in God's image and we're powerful, right? So imagine how quick and fast and how powerful our energy travels. All right. This is some real stuff, guys. This is some real stuff. I'm telling you. And that's why it's important. Forget matching energies. If you hang around somebody who want to match energy, let that be so unto them. Let them do what they want to do with their energy. But you don't give heed to that. Mm. You don't give heed to that. Ain't no matching energies. How about matching love on top of everything else to try to rise up against you? Now, listen, listen, nobody never said the weapon wouldn't form, but it won't prosper. But if you around here trying to match energies with energies, hey, Molly. But if you around here trying to match energies with energies, trying to be big bad wolf instead of letting that junk go, I'm telling you right now, if you let it go, you will be so better off. Look at your kids, look at your family, look at your job, look at your car, look at the money in your bank account. Okay? You don't have time to be matching energies. You have too much to be blessed. You woke up, you're able to use your fingers. These are the things we take for granted. Imagine losing a finger. You know, that now you be around here, you know, focusing on losing a finger. But if you focus on so many things to be grateful for, so many things, the food you're able to, speaking of food, I got my whole plate in front of me, but the food you're able to eat, the places you're able to go, just to be able to wake up and breathe without having an oxygen machine. There's so much to be grateful for, but match your energies, all that negativity. Don't get caught up in this world. Don't get caught up in this hype. Because when it's all said and done, when whatever happened to you because you're trying to impress somebody by being mad at them, which is not even worth it, then you got to deal with that. Let me tell you what kills people. It's not the food we eat. All right. It's not the stuff we put on and all that stuff. It's not none of that. Let me tell you what kills people: stress, worry, fear, doubt, hate, jealousy, envy, strife, holding grudges, unforgiveness. That is what kills people. And that is what brings on the other things. All right. These things don't happen because they just fall on you all of a sudden. They happen because you're worrying, you're stressing, you're doubting, there's unforgiveness. There's things that you holding up here that's causing things to happen in your body. All right. It don't really have nothing to do with what the world want us to believe. Oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to do that. No, God said you love, that will covers everything. And I get it a lot. Oh, you're glowing, you're happy, you're this, you're that, because I'm happy within. I'm happy within. Trust me, situations come up, things rise up against me, but it don't prosper because I overcome it with love and God. Oh, listen, people, I'm telling you right now, that is some stuff you'll have to work on because even with me, I be hot. But sometimes I have to check myself before I wreck myself. I have to check myself before I immediately respond to certain situations. Be okay with checking yourself. Be okay with that. You know how those of you who have kids, for example, and they pick up a pair of scissors, they don't know how harmful those scissors are to them. So you as the parent, you have to protect them. Listen, that same energy that you give off to your kids, apply it to yourself. Protect yourself. Protect your peace, protect your energy, because when you overcome a situation with love, there is nothing nobody can hold against you. There is nothing nobody can do to you. There is nothing that will prevent you from going and getting what rightfully belongs to you. Trust me, this is the best. And I'm not just talking about finances. I'm not just talking about business. I'm not even talking about material worldly things. I'm talking about my peace. This is the best I have ever been in my entire life. All right. From the inside out. This is the best I have ever felt in my entire life. The best. Because I tried everything that pretty much everybody else have tried. It never worked. Hate, envy, jealousy, strife, bitterness, unforgiveness. I tried all that. Guess who it hurt? Me. I ain't hurt nobody but myself. And it ain't even just mental, it's your body. It weighs on your body. You know, then there you go with all these diseases. There you go with all these skin problems. There you go with all these problems in your relationship, your friendships, your family. There you go with all these problems that just seem to come out of nowhere because you are giving off that negative energy and you trying to match energies with energies. Y'all, we got to stop that. And I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me too. How I learn is by teaching. That's how I learn. So it's been a long time waiting. God knows I did not want to, I wasn't even going to start my show back up because I always felt like I had to have a guest on my show in order to make the LCL show. And finding a guest for your show, and those of you who do shows, y'all know that's some work. You dealing with people personalities. You got to deal with people getting the information to you on time so you could promote. It's a lot to do when you have guests on your show, which is still good, and I love it. But I had a awakening. I think I said it right. Watch out now. I had an awakening. And I tried to let this show go. Please know that I really did try to let this show go. Because I'm like, people ain't tuning in. They don't want to hear what I got to say. It's the same people. Yada, yada, yada. They're going to making excuses trying to talk myself out of what I'm already called to do. What I'm called to do. But every day it taunted me. The downloads of information. I need you to tell this to my people. I need you to say this. I need you to say that. People not listening, and I don't want to do that. And I tried that already for years, and yada, yada, yada. I got caught up in the views. I got caught up in the likes. I got caught up in all that stuff. But I forgot about my purpose because I got caught up in society. So now, needless to say, now that I know what my purpose is and what I'm called here to do, having a guest or not, I have to do what I have to do. That's just like going to the gym, you guys. If your friend can't make it, your gym partner can't make it, the person you started out going to the gym can't make it, that's your body. You have to get up and still make it. You have to get up and still go. Because what they eat don't make you poop. Watch out now. So you still have to get up and invest in yourself. All right? You want to listen to go to whatever it is you want to go to, an event or whatever, and somebody who you they said they would go with you all of a sudden switched out at the last minute because things happen and situations happen. So sometimes people can't make it. So you don't not go, you don't not show up. You better still show up. You never know why you're meant to be in that place. Just because cuz can't make it, your best friend can't make it, sis can't make it no more, you still show up. I'm telling you, it's so many times that this has happened to me where I plan something and I tell people, let's go. Then at the last minute, something came up in their life to where they can't go. So instead of me canceling, I started just going. And every time I go, I experience a different experience. Hey, Molly. Molly said, I remember you sitting with me talking to me on my sister's couch. You didn't even know me, but I felt comfortable enough to express myself to you. And you gave me positive advice. You have a way with your words. Oh, thank you, Molly. Oh, I love you. I remember it. I remember exactly what you're talking about. But I love you, girl. And I just want to be obedient because it's okay to like give somebody a positive word. Like it's okay to not know people, but see yourself in people. People silently cry. People silently need help and they don't know who to turn to. I had one of my friends come to me and she said, "You know what I noticed out of all my other friends is one thing about you is that I never heard anything repeated back to me that you said." And I was like, wow. To me, I'm like, I'm past that. Number one. And yeah, I was that person that would carry one bone and take it to another. I'm telling you, I'm not, don't let me sit up here and lie, because that's what I'm not going to do. And that's not what I want to do. I want to be realistic. I want to be transparent. You know, I don't want you all to sit up here and think you watching somebody who haven't been through things, watching somebody who ain't never stole from somebody else before, watching somebody who ain't never, you know, experienced some of the things that you guys are experiencing. And even still to this day, I have to check myself about a lot of things every day, daily. All right, because it don't stop. But you have to know how powerful you are and don't let your mind run you. You run it. Take control of your mind. Listen, if you ain't learned nothing else tonight, take back control of your mind. All right. You know that you're the owner of this mind, you're the owner of this body. All right. All this is rented. And don't get caught up in the flesh, because we are so much bigger than this skin and what, the things that we see. We're so much bigger than that. So much bigger than that. But take control of your mind. Those thoughts, take them captive. No, I don't want to be jealous of my sister. I want to love her. I want to send her love and healing and goodwill. I don't want to see a picture and be like, oh, she thinks she, and find fault in people. I don't want to do that. I don't. I don't want to backstab this person. Even if I know I might get away with it, but nothing is never gotten away with, because every seed that you plant, you will reap. All right. And that's what keeps me humble too. Like, if I really take this pen from this office without asking, if I really take this pen, don't nobody know. They ain't worried about this. No, And if you got to go through all that, just don't even do it. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself responsible. Take back your mind. We're not matching energies. We're not doing none of that. We not. We leaving that in the past. We leaving that yesterday. Guess what? Today is a new day, and tomorrow will be an even better day. Get up. Start over. Start now. Start today. When you walk into your job, that coworker that all of a sudden don't like you, or your boss who always got something to say about you, send them love. Watch how the relationship change. Your family member who always got something to say, send them love. Watch how the conversation change. This girl who don't even know you, inboxing you, starting beef with you, send her love. Watch how that change. Because one thing you can't attack is love. Let me tell you something. There's only two emotions in the world. For those of you who don't know, there's love and then there's fear. Anything that's not love, I don't care what type of form that it take. I don't care what they call it, depressed, they call it stress, they call it worry, they call it doubt. It's an act of fear. All right. Anything that's not love is fear. Okay. So let's make that abundantly clear. So if you're not doing anything out of love, or you're not treating yourself with love, or you're not overcoming thoughts with love, or if you're not overcoming relationships with love, it's fear. That's it. There's love and then there's fear. That's it. That's it. And let me say something, and this is gonna be a whole nother show. But what was I gonna say, Laura? Put it back in my head. I was on the road too. Put it back in my head. But love covers all. Love never fails. And if we've tried everything else, why don't we try the one thing that never will fail? God, we got to hold him accountable to his word. He said, put me in remembrance of my word. We have to hold him accountable. And if it's not love, then it's not of God. Try love instead of returning evil for evil. Matching energies is what y'all call it nowadays. It's the same thing, returning evil for evil. Just a different language. Okay, there you go. I'm sorry about that. Somebody was calling and I'm doing my live from my phone. So watch out now. But if you're ever put in a situation or predicament, and I mean sometimes, could you hear me now? I need a thumbs up. Could you guys hear me now? Because I want to make sure I ain't wasting none of this information because I got so much downloaded right now and I'm on the roll and I got to keep rolling. So can you guys hear me? Because Molly says she can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, awesome. Thank you for responding. But try love. Listen, put yourself in a think of the worst situation that you have ever been through. Thank you. Thank you, love. Put yourself put yourself in one of the worst situations you have ever been in. And ask yourself, what can I have done differently to have a different outcome? Because anger take too much. It do. You don't think that it do, but it do. It take a lot of energy to be mad. When I say a lot, a lot. Now think of the worst situation you've been in. Now apply love to that situation. Now listen, whether the other person wants to hear it or not, whether the other person corroborate or not, trust me, you are making an impact on that person's life. You're planting a seed because they like, trust me on this. Trust me on this. All right. In their mind, because we all have the spirit of God within us. So in their mind, they're gonna catch it. All right. Whether they outwardly respond or not, they're gonna catch it. They're gonna be like, well, wow, he don't he wouldn't usually respond like that. Wow, like I can't make them mad no more. Wow, like trust me on this. People will think twice when you apply love. And sometimes you have to take a back seat before you respond. Maybe wait 3 minutes, maybe wait 5 minutes before you respond to something that you have heard that's negative. All right. Maybe wait 5 minutes. And guys, I'm not on here trying to preach to y'all, trying to tell y'all something or force y'all to do something. It's my duty and my job to make sure that you guys know the truth. And the truth is love never fails. And the only way you will see the outcome in your life, in your kids' life, because you don't think the things that you do to people, even if they're wrong, all right, the things that you do to people and how you respond negatively, not only affects you, all right, it affects your kids, it affects your relationships, it affects everything in your life. It even affects the things that are for you. They can't reach you because there's a block there. There's a negative block there, and what's good can't stand up in the evil, in a harmful environment, especially if it's from God. I'm telling you, learn how to receive your blessings. Send them people love and get on about your life. You ain't got to deal with them. You don't got to call them every day. You ain't got to keep tabs on them. Send them love. Matter of fact, don't even respond half the time. Don't even respond. All right. If it's your boss, send them love. Change your energy. Walk up in there and say, today I will have a good day. I own this day. This day was here to serve me. I predict my day. I predict how I want my day to be. Because let me tell you something about people. And like I said, this will be another show. People are crying for help. And that cry for help comes in many forms. It comes in jealousy, it comes in people talking about you. All that is just a cry for help on their end. They don't know how to ask for help. So it comes out in a way that kind of could agitate you a little bit. And this is something that I had to understand. Like anything that's not love, that's coming from another brother or sister, is a cry for help. And maybe if you look at it that way, have you ever responded to somebody in a negative way or aggressive way or a mean way to only find out this person just lost their mom or they just lost their dad or a kid, and then now your whole attitude changed? You like, oh shoot, I ain't know, and I was such a butthole to them. I didn't even know that happened to them. Listen, all the times you don't know what goes on in people's house. All the time. You don't know what's going on in people's life, in their mind, before they encounter you. So, and a lot of people don't tell you this. They don't tell you what they're going through. And then it tends to come out in a negative way. And then you react in a negative way. And now a whole big another negative situation don't start it. So if you treat people just with love, without having to worry about their situation, without having to worry about what they're going through or what happened to them or whatever, that will protect you, your family, your relationships, and everything that rightfully, the blessings and everything that rightfully belongs to you. They will be able to find you with open arms. They will be able to overtake you. And that's what we want. We want those blessings that we've been praying for. We want that husband that we've been praying for. We want that job opportunity that we always wanted. You know, these things are serious. But sometimes we got to get out our own way. And listen, guys, it's so easy. Love is so easy. He said, my burden is not hard. It's light. My burden is light. All you gotta do is apply love and trust that it's gonna work. Because when I tell you love never fails, but see, you wouldn't know that unless you try. And I don't mean that fake try. Oh, I tried, but now I gotta cut loose because I don't said it. I don't try to be nice. Now I got to no. Because you ain't tried it. No, because you still had that wanting to snap, wanting to come out, want to make an example. You already got that in you. You already had it waiting. Matter of fact, you was hoping they say one more thing so that you could snap. That's not what I'm talking about. So don't fool yourself, because that's the only person you'll be fooling is yourself. So those of you who are listening better wake up, pay attention. Don't spend 40 years waiting for the blessings that rightfully belongs to you right now. And all you have to do is apply love. All right? So listen, that's my time. Now I got to reheat my food up. I'm hungry. I feel so good. I'm hyped. But that's my time. And guys, I love you so much. And I know people say this a lot. Like, how do you just say that you love people? You don't even know them. You don't even know if, listen, I see everybody as I see myself. That's number one. And if you can hate a person or hate on a person without knowing them, just looking at a picture or just hearing something about them before you even met them, and all of a sudden you don't like them because of what somebody else done told you about them. If you could do that so easily, you could love people just as easy. And when you start, the only difference is when you start applying love, you start applying pressure, baby, that real pressure. You start applying them blessings in your life. You start applying your husband to be faithful. You start applying those relationships to improve in your life. Come on, man. Watch out now. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all ain't hear me. I came out at the end. I needed this. Listen. Oh, I heard a noise. Listen, I'm about to post it. So when I log off in a little bit, I'm gonna upload it. Well, make sure you guys go to lclfit.com. You guys, we have new products. I didn't put them in front of me today. Instead, I put a plate of food in front of me because I was hungry and I thought I was gonna be able to eat and talk. But when God is for you, you don't even worry about food. He say, take no thought for what you're gonna eat, what you're gonna wear. He said, if I take care of the birds in the sky and the grass and the flowers that's mowed and burnt in the fire, the next day, what more will I do for you? Put God to his test. Put God to his word. I promise you, you won't regret it. LOVE. Watch out now. All right, guys, I love you. Make sure you go to lclfit.com. I'll see you guys next week. And yeah, always remember. Watch out now, I'm out.